How's it going, everyone? It's Scott Truly again, and I'm kind of doing a part two of my first vlog, which was kind of about meditation and what is talent. So if you haven't checked that out, you might want to check that one out first, because this is kind of part two. And I'm doing a part two because I got a really great response from the first one. Thank you for all the notes and emails, and it didn't occur to me there was so many of you out there that would relate to. And a big thanks to those that gave me a shout out. A big thanks of those of you that shared my video. That really means a lot to me. And I hope it's helped a lot of people, but I have gotten a lot of emails kind of asking, what's next? Well, I'll say that I think with these thoughts, the kind of thoughts we're talking about, they're not helpful thoughts, and they're self-sabotaging, and they're judgmental. Both you being judgmental on yourself and then you kind of projecting that others are being judgmental of you, whether that's true or not, or whether that matters or not. And I would say what's helped me is write it down, write the thoughts down, write the list of them down, or take one at a time and just write and write and write about that. What about that? It doesn't matter what you write. There's no rules. Whatever comes out of the pencil or off the keyboard, you might end up talking about your trip to the mall, or you might end up talking about something else. It doesn't matter. Wherever it brings you, just follow it along. If you pay enough attention and with enough practice about writing about these things, you probably start putting two and two together. The point is that you've gone from unaware to aware. All right, so now you've got thoughts, you've got them out, and they're physically on paper, or they're physically on your computer screen where you can see. Like, since these are judgmental thoughts, there's judgment all around. You should start by realizing that living life by itself is hard. It's hard to speak up for a lot of us, to say something that might not be popular with other people. It's hard to be ourselves in public sometimes. Whatever it is, I think whoever you are, there's some degree of life is hard to live in the face of others. Now, in my occupation, getting on stage, I've been doing it for a long time, but I think if we all think about it, getting on stage and performing takes guts, especially if you're performing original music. It's just really, it's difficult, and I think if you're having these thoughts, you know it's difficult. So you should know that it's difficult for other people. You should have compassion, and you should treat those people with respect. Everybody, even if you think they don't need it, I bet you that a lot of people wear masks really well. So let's take my instance. Let's say that I'm at a club and somebody sounds really great. I always take my time to go out of my way to tell people they're doing an awesome job. Facebook nowadays is crazy because everybody looks like a star on there. But no matter what it is, I try to go out of my way and let them know, this is excellent. What you've done is killer. What you're doing is taking a lot of work. That's showing respect, and that's, that is, showing kind of a compassion because you know how hard it is. So that's a big thing. The final thing I kind of want to say is try your best to have a sense of humor about yourself. It's a gift. It's a gift. And I know it's really hard. I can be really hard on myself, especially in the past, if I didn't have a good gig or if I wasn't progressing much. And you may do the same. So if you can learn to start to think about, like, I need to have a sense of humor about myself. Like, how big of a deal is this? Now that's a whole nother topic, but I'm going to give you a book recommendation, all right? This book right here, Way of the Peaceful Warrior by Dan Millman. I read this thing 12 times. I journaled it 12 times. It's got a lot of the stuff I'm talking about in it, and I would check that book out. Like, if you find that at the bookstore, like, start reading through it. It's basically a true story that reads like a novel, and some of the stuff I'm talking about is in there. They don't talk about journaling. The character doesn't talk about journaling, but I think for a lot of people that don't know their book or they don't know what to start reading, that's something I would definitely recommend. So anyway, thanks again for the feedback. Sign up for my YouTube channel. Definitely sign up for my Facebook music page. should be all below here. Like you just click on it. And until next time, have a great week. See ya.